Hey guys, and welcome back to Psychic Celluloid Signals. Today we are at the Dryden again, and we're seeing...
The Cat and the Canary, a classic old dark house horror film.
Yes, really excited to see this.
I'm a huge fan of old dark house films. Scooby-Doo, I don't think I've mentioned on this channel, is my all-time favorite cartoon. And they borrowed a lot from old dark house films, especially in the early episodes. Think the episode like with the Galloping Green Ghosts, where Scooby saves a colonel from drowning, and when he dies, he goes to his remote haunted mansion on an island to hear the reading of his will. That's kind of what we're going to see tonight, in a way. There's a will involved, a reading of a will, and spending a night in a decrepit mansion that's possibly haunted. We shall see. So, very excited.
Yeah, and I think that sounds awesome. I'm excited as well, and we're gonna check it out.
This is a great song,
Yeah.
if you don't know it.
Hey guys, we just got back from checking out Cat and Canary.
Yeah.
And what did you think about that?
Oh, I loved it. I'm a huge fan of the old dark house genre to begin with, and I never seen the first Cat and the Canary. I've seen the other two, but this is my first time seeing the original 1927 version, and it did not disappoint.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. Except for I haven't seen the other films, but I agree with your sentiment, and yeah, it was really well done and held up really well. We felt the humor in it, for instance. We heard people laughing at all the funny scenes, and
when it was serious, it was quiet. They were respectful. Many times when you go see a silent film, many people laugh in scenes that aren't supposed to be funny, and this, at least I didn't notice it happening, so
yeah,
that was nice.
and it's a full house, so
Yeah.
it was if it was going to have some weird reactions to the audience, we would definitely have noticed that. So it just goes to show how this film has held up over the years. But I don't know, what were some of your favorite moments in the film?
Oh, I had quite a few. One of my favorites is when they reveal what the cat looks like, prosthetics and all. He looks very much like the creature from, I think it's called Brainiac. It's a Mexican horror film, which amazingly enough is on Netflix, I believe. But I loved that, and I love how ghoulish he looks. I love when the lawyer is whisked away behind the bookcase by the cat. I love the beginning with all the little overlaid images with the cats and old Cyrus West dying. I thought that was really, really ingenious. There were lots of others. How about you?
Yeah, I agree with what you liked, and I also liked some of the scenes where like you'd see a little hand just come and grab the necklace off of someone, or just all the like little trapdoor things and all that weirdness, just all this creepy haunted house stuff, and it definitely was very, I think, influential in a lot of other like haunted house stuff, as far as film, literature, and just pop culture.
Yeah, like I was telling Josh, I think old dark house films really they cemented in contemporary, at least American culture, and I think in Europe as well, what we think of when we think of a haunted house or a haunted castle. We imagine trapdoors, we imagine hands reaching out from those trapdoors and secret passages ready to clutch us and pull us in. We imagine cobwebs and gloomy long corridors, all of which are present in The Cat and the Canary and many other old Dark House films. Just like Bela Lugosi, too, you know, his rendition of Dracula, the widow's peak and the cape and the suit, the tux. That's the archetypal image of Dracula now. When we think of Dracula, we think of Bela Lugosi's rendition. When we think of a haunted house or a haunted castle, we think of a haunted castle or mansion house like in The Cat and the Canary.
I think another thing that's notable in The Cat and the Canary is the little dialogue cards.
Those were awesome.
Yeah, you obviously this is a silent film, so you can't like literally convey like vocal tone or something like that with without actually speaking, but it does basically that with some of the like fonts, and there's some like moving words a lot of times
eerie, like ooh.
Yeah, like someone will be talking about ghosts and it'll be all like wavy lettering. I thought that was really inventive, and I've never really seen that before, at least not like that. I might have seen like font changed a little bit to like you maybe like bolded or something like that, but nothing to this extent or used as widely throughout the film.
Very ingenious.
Yeah. Another thing that was definitely awesome about this particular screening was that it was had live accompaniment by Philip C. Carley.
Hope we're pronouncing that right.
Yes. Sorry if we're not, but you did a superb job. In fact, he introduced two, and I'm a little bit tired right now, if you guys can't tell.
And I'm sick.
Yeah. So he introduced it, and he went over to where the piano was. I wasn't watching. I was like looking towards where the screen was, and the film starts, as does the music. And for about a minute, I'm thinking, "Oh, this sounds really good." And then I look over. I'm like, "Oh, this isn't." I thought for a second that maybe it was like
a recording
because it like fits so perfectly, which was
seamless.
Yeah, it was seamless. It was just pretty incredible. I can only imagine how precise you have to be doing something like that.
Yeah,
well,
it's like doing it for a long time. So.
Yeah, it's like the piano version of open heart surgery. It's like very you have to be
right on
right. Yeah. So that was pretty awesome. And of course we saw this 16mm film at the Dryden Theater. And thank you for putting this on. It was really awesome to see. The film itself looked really nice.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
The print. I really liked seeing it visually.
Yeah. The Dryden never disappoints, so if you're ever in the Rochester area and you want to go see a movie, but you're not in the mood to go into a big Cineplex or whatever, go to the Dryden.
Yeah. If you want to see something that's probably more like historically significant.
Yeah, that too.
And probably most likely more interesting than most of the films you'll find in other theaters. I mean, there are certainly some pretty interesting stuff coming out nowadays, but the Dryden never disappoints.
No.
And I think this coming in about a week, they're going to be doing Phantom of the Opera.
Yep.
Which is another silent one, so it'll have another...
Starring Lon Chaney, the man of 1,000 faces.
Yes, with one very iconic face in this. So if you are in the area, definitely check it out. And I don't know, any like closing thoughts on Cat and Canary?
Just that it's an excellent film that if you ever get the chance to see it, especially if you get to see it live on 60mm with piano accompaniment, and especially at the Dryden, take advantage of the opportunity and go see it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm surprised that this film is not more spoken about than.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of the film a couple times, but I never hear people really, like, actively discussing this film like they do something like Dracula.
Right.
And it definitely is worthy of discussion, I think.
Oh, yeah,
and
definitely.
really, I think, historically significant. So, check it out. And with that, I'll say keep it psychic and keep it real.